What's up, guys? I'm Kel, and this is Conspiracy Connections. On Conspiracy Connections, I decide what's fact and what's whack based on my own personal opinions. So if you have any questions or additional info, please feel free to comment. Who doesn't like nice people? Majority of the time, kindness is a good thing, but when does nice pay the price? In today's episode, I'm gonna go over characters whose nice deeds are used against them. As always, watching subjects you to spoilers. The first character we have is a character from Gumball, and that character is Alan. Now, when you watch Gumball, Alan is the green balloon who's always nice in pretty much every situation, and the majority of the time, that's a good thing. But in a few particular instances, his nice deeds and him just being a nice guy, energetic person, it kind of comes to backfire, such as the episode The Saint, where Gumball and Darwin, they try their hardest to make Alan upset. Gumball was more so the lead in the trouble of making Alan's life worse. Yeah, they just make his life heck. They frame him, sell his parents, make him and his girlfriend break up. So they essentially just make his life much worse for a majority of the episode. But all of those misdeeds ends up not mattering at the end, because all of the things that went wrong for him before ends up going right at the end of the episode. So right there you can see Gumball and Darwin taking the fact that he is super nice against him, and that's not really his fault in this episode particularly, because he is just living his life and they just want to see him crumble under pressure, you could say. But toward the end of the episode, it's seen that he actually gets mad about Gumball squeaking across the floor, but he really didn't. He just did that so Gumball would be satisfied. So the episode itself, not really Alan's fault, but you can kind of see if he had been more assertive, he probably wouldn't get bullied. And also, characters just bully him from time to time. Well, you can see that. But I briefly want to discuss another episode, The Vision, where essentially Gumball and Darwin are trying to dig up dirt on Alan, and they're pretty much wrong for majority of the episode. They think he's trying to be this dictator type guy and have these camps for happiness and stuff. They end up saying that wasn't true for the most part. But in the last scene, before the episode actually goes off air, you see that it actually was true this whole time. He did plan on world domination across the happiness world. It was weird. And so I believe that is probably the worst thing he's done, and that is like directly from him being nice. That comes directly after. So right there you can kind of see how him being nice can come to backfire. The next character we have is everybody's favorite teacher from Hey Arnold, Mr. Simmons. Now, Mr. Simmons, he's known for being this open-minded teacher, always letting the kids have control, and for the most part, that's a good thing. But in the episode Principal Simmons, we see that he's not necessarily equipped to be a principal. In Principal Simmons, he lets the kids just run all over him. He doesn't put his foot down, and the school goes to anarchy, and Principal Wirtz has to come back after he resigned to get the place back in order. But I will say he did take some of the tips that Mr. Simmons gave him about controlling his anger. So the main takeaway from this episode is that him being so nice, he doesn't know when to be assertive, to have some control over the school. And that's what I have to say for Mr. Simmons. And the last, certainly not least, probably the most known character on this list, we have everybody's favorite old man, jolly good show, Pops. Now, Pops, pretty much the whole series, Pops is this lovable old guy. Most of the time, you don't really hear anything negative about Pops being a nice guy. That's always a positive thing. But in Think Positive, which is kind of funny that I just said positive, it ended up being whatever. But Think Positive, he gives Benson this advice. This is actually pretty similar to Principal Simmons of Hey Arnold, because Pops gives Benson the advice to stop yelling at Mordecai and Rigby, regardless of them being wrong or not, which he should be able to yell at them. I mean, they were just being stupid. They were trying to pour soda on plants to make it grow. Like, what are you doing, man? Come on. And Pops he's ticked off by the fact that he was trying to enjoy his day and he wasn't really able to over Benson yelling at Mordecai and Rigby, which is not Benson's fault. he's just trying to keep his job. So in that episode, he forces Benson to bottle up his emotions, because if he didn't, he would be fired. And there you can see being nice, being too nice, also not being assertive, can go to backfire. Benson, he gradually gets angrier and angrier until the part starts literally disintegrating, because he's turned into, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like this energy ball full of anger. And at the end of the episode, he goes ahead and admits that he doesn't like how much Benson yells at them, and he would like him to tone that down a bit, but he can still yell at them from time to time. Really just a different little spin on Principal Simmons, a regular show spin on Principal Simmons. Yes, you can kind of see right there, being too nice, not putting your foot down, can have chaotic and hectic results. So with that being said, those are my nice to a fault characters, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day and catch you in the next upload.